Kleenex, I'll tell you right now. Someone get me a Kleenex. Oh, good afternoon. It is Thursday, July 24th,
Yes.
2008. I'm Nancy Weiss-McQuide. It is my great pleasure and honor to be interviewing Mr. Israel Schachter today. Izidor. And he and I are friends. We share a love of Yiddish. He is a fluent Yiddish speaker, and I am very jealous of that. He's also had a fascinating life story that I'm delighted to share with us. Good afternoon, Izzy.
Good afternoon,
How
Nancy.
How are you, sir?
Okay, I'm fine.
Good, good.
I'm glad to be here.
Wonderful. It's great to see you. Well, let's start at the beginning. Where were you born?
I was born in Czechoslovakia, in the Carpathen, in 1918.
Good grief.
March the 4th.
World War I was just ending.
Huh?
World War I was just ending.
Just
at that
ending,
time.
yeah. Just right before ending, yeah. And my mother died a year afterwards. And I had 3 sisters, older from me, because I was a year old. And he was taking care of me till my father should rest in peace someplace in Auschwitz. He remarried another woman, and he had five kids with that woman, 4 boys and a girl. So I had 4 half brothers and a half sister. And afterwards she died too. So my 5 had a 3rd wife, and he had a child with her too. Was a girl. And Hitler took them all away from me.
I'm so sorry.
So anyway, when I was 13 years old, I went in a bakery to learn bakery.
Wait, I want to back up 1 minute, please. Did you live in a shtetl or in
In a small village.
What was the name of the village?
Ulic. And
Did you go to Cheder?
yes, my father, shall rest in peace, he always brought a young man for teaching us. And so he was staying over 5 months over the summer, and another one coming after, and it was over the winter, and he was teaching us. We was going, all the kids was going learning, it wasn't separated or like that.
Well, were the girls allowed?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we were all learned Yiddish, davening and praying, and matter of fact, even the Bible we used to learn and everything.
What line of work was your father in?
My father, he had, as we used to say, lare maluches en weinig bruches. A lot of profession and not much of blessings. He was a butcher. He had a little store, and he was, how shall I say, with buying cattle, horses, and buying and selling like that.
I see.
So
Did you help him out as a child at all?
afterward, yes, I did help. Matter of fact, we had. In home, my father always had a horse and barn, and we had a cow, sometimes 2 cows.
Wow.
And we used to have chickens and geese, and so we used to feed them. And matter of fact, when winter time came, we used to feed the geese for schmaltz, for fats,
Mm-hmm.
And came around Hanukkah, we used to Schachten and freezen, put in a Passover, for Passover, special, have Passover with schmaltz and grieven.
So would you say then, despite the hardships of the wives dying and so on, and just life in general, was it a happy childhood or not really? Or
Well,
hard. It was certainly hard.
it was a hard life, First of all, it was hard life living in a small town and going and the Gentiles to school, public school. It actually was not a public school, it was a church school at that time.
Oh.
Yeah, after it became public school. When it was the church time, we used to, on a Wednesday, we had to get out from the class for an hour when the priest came and taught, teaching them. So
Their religion.
whatever was teaching, I don't know.
Right.
You know, and then we had to get out. No make difference how the weather was, we had to go out.
I see.
You know, and as the weather, winter time came, was
Pretty
as
bad.
they say, not just knee high, was deeper than snow. The cold and everything else. So after school, you know, so, and I was 13, I went to the Learning Bakery, and I was there for 3 years. And after 3 years, I got graduated as a baker, and so next day I went to Humana. That's a bigger city, and there into a bakery. It was we had 4 ovens or 6 ovens, I don't remember, and we was heating the ovens with wood, you know, it was wooden heat, and there we had already a dough mixer, and we was there more guys, and we had the boss, the owner. He was already an older gentleman. He was 3 times in the United States.
Wow.
3 times, and Thursday night, he used to come and help him make challahs, and I had to make him the strings to braiden. He didn't like nobody's, just mine. So I was making the strings and he was braiding, and he was fast. He was fast. How old he was fast. And
There's nothing like a fast challah maker, is there?
yeah, and came before Pesach. So anyway, whatever happened, I went home, and after I lost my job, they called me back that I had another job in Ungvar, closer home and more familiar over there, you know, so I didn't go back.
May I just ask, what language were you speaking through all this in the general public?
General public was Ukraine or Slovak. Ukraine or Slovak.
How many languages do you speak, Izzy? Even a
I
bissel of...
forgot. When I came to the United States, I spoke 5 languages. I spoke Yiddish, German, Slovak or Czech, let me say, Ukraine, Hungarian, and Italian. I all forgot it.
That doesn't matter.
I'm not using it, so
Izzy, the point is you did know them, and
yes, I did.
It's an astounding achievement. All right, so now you have this other job.
Yeah, and I worked over there, and one time I went home. I was home for some reason, you know, I don't remember, and I left home back to go to work to Ungvar, to the big city, and I don't know if I forgot it or I on purpose left that film. And next day my father came by train, that's about 40 kilometers, and he brought me that film. He said, "You never leave home without that film."
Wow.
And I still got him.
Wow.
I've been through everything else, and I still got him. And the film is now 87 years old. Because I was 12 and a half years old when I had bar mitzvah, because I was how you call my mother. My mother died, that's why. You know, so I used them, they call it.
Do you do tefillin every day then?
Then,
No, now.
now, yes. Now I'm putting tefillin every day.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I go to Chabad, and over there I'd like tefillin.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, so you kept learning about the bakery and how to...
Yeah, after when I graduated from the bakeries, I was working here and there, and
I must back up 1 minute. In these more youthful years, did you experience anti-Semitism? And if so, in what form?
well, it was not so much shown anti-Semitism in the time from Czech, because Masaryk, the president Masaryk, he was against anti-Semitism. He was, matter of fact, he was in America. I don't know what he studied or whatever it was. You know, he was an American. He was very much democratic as Americans. Yeah.
Every now and then you get a good one.
The anti-Semitism was not showed as much. After when Benish took over, Masaryk died. Benish was by 3 or 4 years, and when the Nazis, the Hungarian took it away, and the Nazis.
Yes.
And I don't know if he still was living afterwards or not.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, continuing on then, you became good at the baking and...
Yeah, and when I got 18 years old, so I was accepted to the Czech army that time, and I had supposed to be in October 48 to go in, you know, and they didn't took me in because actually the war started, you know, occupations, and so they put me up. That's in March to get to the army. And came March, I went to the army, and it was in Mihalowicz. That was very cold, and my eyes was used to the heat, and it was awful tearing, and I couldn't see much. So they took us out to Geneva and learning the maneuvers.
Maneuvers.
And I couldn't see, so I asked the officer, he sent me to the, I don't remember, was it a bigger officer, I don't remember, sergeant, not a sergeant, was to be some kind of gold star, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, so I went over there and I salute and tell him my name. He says, "What's your name?" I say, "So and so." And so I said, "What the problem is?" He said, "Okay, go in the barrack, we're gonna go to the doctor." And that was in March. Matter of fact, it was on a Friday. I remember good. So I came in the room, you know, and I was waiting that somebody gonna take me to the doctor.
Yes.
So a soldier come in, he says, "You are Izidor Schachter?" I say, "Yes." "Command officer wants to see you."
Uh-oh.
So I went to the office, and I came in the office. He says, "You know, you have a postponed your army." I say, "No." The U.S. asked for it. Yeah, I asked, because I was thinking I gonna go to Belgium or get away from there, from Europe, and because I couldn't get out till I'm not in military things. And so he says, "You know, you got to postpone." And so he says, "You got money?" I say, "No." So they gave me for 3 days. They paid, you know, this military paid, and says, here's the paper, you can go home.
Wow.
And it was on a Friday. I picked up myself and went to the bus and straight around to the train station. I came at the train station, and so I went with the train. On the train ends, there I was learning bakery, you know, and a stuck chin. And there I was like home, you know, everybody knew me, like they know me here. So I had my army things, you know, and this was Friday afternoon. So I went in there and I started, I left it over there, and a guy from my vicinity, he came out, he was over there too, came somewhere, I don't know. So I asked him which way he's going home. So can I go with you? So I won't have to go by myself. And beside them, if you go over the hills, over the mountains there, it's closer and quicker. So I asked him, can I go with you? He said, sure. So we went and we came to a little village where my sister was living.
Oh my.
Yeah, and she was married. Yeah. So it was already kind of dark when I came and knocked into the door to my sister.
She must have plotzed when she said
He was so surprised.
I bet.
Because my brother-in-law, he just came home from Minion, and he was talking about me, you know, to go visit me and so on and so forth.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I walked in, and that was in March, right before Purim.
It's like Elijah coming or something.
Something like that. Well, so that was on a Friday, and Sunday was Purim,
Oh my.
you know.
Oh, how
So-
wonderful.
So I stayed overnight with my sister, and I couldn't resist, and so I had to go home. And I got home. My father was very mad because I walked on Shabbos over the limit,
Oh, oh.
you know. So anyway, I came over there and came home.
Wasn't he happy?
Yeah, he was happy that he was. And then he forgave me after.
Yes, I would hope so. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Afterwards, I went back to work someplace, of Ungwara mostly, in the bakeries. No, yeah, Ungwara, the bakeries. And in October, yeah, the Hungarian occupied us after March, end of March, or beginning of April, 1949, yes.
okay.
49, and in October they took me into the army. So they took me in the army. They was like new in the Carpathen, so they started up a new company, and that was called like hillbilly or company or whatever, you know, to be exercise in the hills more, and the woods and hills. So what happened, some guys, not of our company, or maybe from our company, it's a different group, they ran away because Russia occupied Poland that time, and there's a lot of Polish soldiers with the horse and wagon come in to our side, and so the army took away from them the horses and the wagons, and they give it to us. We're taking care of the horses. So anyway, what I started saying is some guys ran away to Russia, so they was afraid we're going to run away some more. So they took us and sent us away completely far away to Hungarian, almost to Austrian-Hungarian border.
Wow.
As they call them, that not far away from the Schneider in the snow mountain. I don't know if you know about that.
Heard of it, yes. Okay.
So anyway, and we was we was taking care of the horses, and we had to go out and feeding and all kind of things. They didn't have much food for the horses or not. So after he was complaining we're not taking good care of the horses, you not give us no hay no nothing. So anyway, when we went over there and beep in Hungarian, that was not Konisha, they called it in Hungarian. And I was in the 2nd Battalion and 3rd, how do you call them?
That's okay.
Anyway, okay, I was there, and when we came over there was 3 months soldiers, just 3 months, because before they occupied Carpathen, they just took it so young, and after, I don't remember, after 28 or 32 years older, they wasn't taken. And that time, they took it because it was taken to get in a war, so they're gonna have soldiers to call in and like that. And when we was there about a month or so, they went home. They was sent home, and after the recruit come in, they was still with us, yeah. So in the summer, that was 1949. Yeah, it was still.
Let me jump ahead maybe just a little bit. How did you get to Italy? Because I know you spent a lot of time in some camps in Italy, correct?
Yes, 4.5 years.
Could you tell us about that, please?
Well, when I ran away from the Nazis, so the Russian Czech army chased me out again to go to the war, and I ran away from there. So I went to Bucharest, that's I gonna go to Israel, and that time I had my younger brother with me. He was 10 years younger from me, and the Chayalim, they grabbed my brother and put it at kibbutz, and they didn't want me because I'm already too old. So I came to Budapest. That's I'm going to find somebody. I didn't find nobody. I went back to Bucharest. I was there for a week. I couldn't find my brothers. I came back to Budapest. I came to Budapest. There they told me it was a building, a house. There was girls, but they came back from the camps already. That was in 45. And
you had lost family in the camps?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us about that briefly, just a little bit?
Well, I cannot tell you because I don't know how
They came to your village?
No, they didn't. One sister came home. I didn't talk to her. I didn't see her.
It's okay.
And she got killed in 46.
I see.
Yeah, 46. She and her husband, and I think another brother and maybe a sister too. I don't know.
Okay, that's
At
fine.
that time was 16 Jewish people got killed in 1946 in my little village and another little village where my sister was
I
living.
see. Okay, thank you. All right,
So when I came back when I came and talked to, I found out that 3 sisters, what I knew it, and I talked to them, and another girl came over, and I did recognize her or not, I wasn't sure who she is. So when I went on the sidewalk, walking in Budapest, my brothers, the Chayalim took him, he says, your brother is here in Budapest. He said, yes. So where is it? So come on, I show you. So I went over there. He was in a group, about 12, 13 people, you guys, and there was my wife that I was not married,
Oh.
you know, and because we was going together to school, so I know her. She was happy to see me.
What is her name,
me
please?
too, Tauba, and she asked me some, you know, usually, did you hear about my father? Did you see him then? You know? No, I told her about the three sisters, and I told her that some girl was there. She says, that must be my sister. You know, that was Ada. So I went over there, sure enough, that was her sister.
Oh my goodness.
And I took her over to the group, and we all went to Italy. First we went to Graz, stayed over there about 3 days. And after the Chayalim came with the trucks, and he took us out in the night over the Alps, down to Italy. And the Russian, that was Russian that time, Graz was under the Russian, before the British took it, anyway. And so we came in the morning to Italy, in a field, must have been some kind of barracks, because there were soldiers over there. In the morning, you know, as I usually always in the morning, I get up, and I went looking for water. So, and the field was nice and daylight already, and I couldn't find no water. So a soldier stopped me, Italian soldier. So he said something and stopped me, you know. So I told him I wanted water, tell him in German, tell him in Hungarian, and so he didn't understood. So I motioned him. He says, oh, mancare. Well, mancare is in Romanian, you know, they call them mangiare. You know?
I'm working on my Yiddish. I can't handle Romanian right now.
So it's kind of very, it's a Latin language, you know, it's very close. So I said, no, acqua. I said, water. He says, oh, so I can speak Italian, you know, a couple, 3 words. So he took me to the kitchen, and I had some food and whatever, and I went back to the camp, because we was in a small tent. That's what they put us. And the next evening, in the dark, he took us to Modena, and there was, that was a deaf and dumb school. So, and that time they make it for a United Nations camp.
Oh.
They call it UNRWA.
UNRWA, right, United Nations Refugee.
Yeah. So we was over there. There was a British officer, and so we was there in rooms here, room there. In the meantime, I got met a guy. He was also a Czech soldier, a Russian Czech soldier. He got shot in the hand, the arm. Herman, you heard about him? And we're gonna stick together,
Sure,
you know.
sure.
So we was together, and he had three cousins, 3 sisters, 3 cousins, you know. And so we came over there, and everybody was whatever he can do, you know.
So it's a big refugee camp.
Yeah, they came like around October, because so the camp was, or before October, there was to empty out the camp, so they took us down the south, because they needed it for the school, I guess.
Now, is Talba with you at this point?
Yeah, we were all in group.
I see, okay.
Yeah, we wasn't
But
the
you
same
were not
group.
married yet?
No.
Okay.
No, we wasn't married. And as that time they took us down to Palese. Yeah, Daddy was born in Palese, no?
Santa Maria de Leuca.
Santa Marina de Leuca, that's right. Santa Marina de Leuca, that's right by the ocean. And there was villages what people came for the vacation and stuff
Oh.
like that, you know.
Uh-huh. A resort town.
Yeah, so they sent us. We occupied the places over there, and matter of fact, they made like kibbutzim, you know. We was in a Chaim Lazarov kibbutz.
Let me ask you this. During these times, did you have enough food and clothing?
Yeah, we pretty much.
I mean, I know it wasn't,
Yeah,
terrific.
it was not. It was very nice. It was pretty good.
Okay, adequate.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay, so we came to Santa Marina de Leuca, so everybody tried to occupy the small room, and so me and my friend, we occupied a bedroom. I mean a washroom,
Uh-huh.
and there was two washrooms, so we broke through a door or whatever, or there was a door between them,
Uh-oh.
and so we occupied the two things. So I had a bed, I brought a bed, we looked around, we brought a bed, and he had a bed, so we slept out separately, had our own room. And Tobe, with girls, was in a bigger room, and
And then did you have to go to work here eventually, or?
no,
Oh,
we didn't have to work,
okay.
nothing. We just had to take care of ourselves.
I see. All right.
And in 1946, in January, I got married. My friend got married.
Mazel tov.
He took his cousin, my oldest cousin, and so he had his room and I had my room. We was friends all the time till he went to Israel, and I was waiting to go to the United States.
So what year did you get married, please, Izzy?
Huh?
What year did you get married?
1946.
In Italy?
Yes, in Italy, in January. Matter of fact, January the 6th.
There was a rabbi?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. That we had 5 weddings that night,
I see.
and we had a big room over there, dining room, and they give us.
It was a simcha.
Yeah,
All right.
and my friends, I had 2 brothers. They went to New York, and they was, matter of fact, Polish guys. We became very friendly, and he was working that time in the joint, and he gave me the talus.
I see. Tell
Yeah.
about the talus, please, so people can make the connection. Up
Okay.
in the museum, you have donated your talus?
Yeah, I donated the talus, but when we got married, I got it from the joint. I'm not going to say from my friend.
The joint, meaning the joint distribution
The
committee?
joint distribution.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, on the corner of the talus, it says in Hebrew and also American, it says American Joint Distribution.
Committee. I see.
Yeah. So, and my wife, she made a talus bag, and that's what I had. So I give it here to the
So you can
museum.
see that in the museum. Thank
Yes.
you so much. What brought you to America?
What brought me to America? I was registered of 5 countries where I can go first. And that's why I'm gonna go to Israel, and the Chayalim took us out one evening. One night. They took us out to a place by the ocean, and that's a very poor place, And we were there for 3 weeks. We're gonna go illegally to Israel, and the boat was under watch. The British was watching the boat. The boat was cruising around for 3 days, 3 nights.
So this is what year now? About 1947, 48? 46?
Something 47 must be.
Okay. So Israel was like not quite a state yet.
No.
Okay. All right, so roughly 1947.
Yes.
All right, please continue.
And they could not stake him, so the boat went to Germany, and they picked up the people going to Israel, and the boat got catch by the British, and they want to take it to Cyprus, and they went on a strike, and they named the ship.
Is this the Exodus?
Huh?
Is
The Exodus.
This is the Exodus?
That's the Exodus.
Good
Yeah.
grief. I was going to ask you that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was with the Exodus. So they couldn't load us up on the boat.
Yeah, it
So
was a problem.
a week later, so they took us back in the camp in the night. Well, from where we came, because we still was registered, we still there the things.
So, okay.
So what happened? The soldiers, when they picked us up as they taken us to a wedding. When they came, we brought back. They bringing us back from the wedding. From our wedding, It's,
Yeah.
otherwise they couldn't. So that's the way they took us out and smuggled us out and brought us back. And after, and ended 47. He was already about 2 years old.
Your son?
48.
No, she.
Oh, Miriam.
48, I was 2 years old.
In the 48 when we came, was 48 when we went to Paleza. We had a little store, me, my friend, and a couple other ones. Matter of fact, there was 5 guys got together to open up our little store.
And let me back up. You had your lovely daughter Miriam.
Yes.
Okay.
She was born in Santa Marina de Leuca.
Is she your only child?
That time, yeah, just
That-
only child, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, so here are you and the 5 guys. You have the little
And
store.
we had a little store. One of these guys, he was going to the court art someplace for the, I come to get a, I don't know how to.
That's all right. I want to
So-
hear, you're getting to America.
So he had to drop out, and we had a girl. She just do nothing, just send by the cash register, and always counting the money, always checking the cash register.
Well, someone's got to do it.
That is, she was doing something for herself too.
I see.
So
Okay.
we had to get rid of her too.
All right. And so,
So we was 3 guys, and we had a bike, the German army bike. I used to go to the other village to buy butter and almonds and oil or something like that,
this was stuff you sold in the store?
sold in the store, and I was another guy who he was older and heavier, and his wife was talking with the women's, and she was saying that Izidor must do some kind of business there because nobody knows where he is, And I was told this, so I said, can I do that? So I talked him in, her husband. We have to have somebody shall know the place too, in case I cannot go or something like that. So I took him, and he was huffing and puffing to go there. So anyway, and after a couple, 3 days later, he found out why I took him, because his wife was talking about me, and so I just wanted to show him what that is.
I see.
So-
All right. So how do we get you to America?
So I got papers from uncle. He lived at Fort Wayne, Indiana,
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Jan Nowitzki, and he sent us papers. Matter of fact, he sent papers for my sister-in-law right away because she didn't have a child. She got married, that she didn't have a child, so it was easy for them to come in.
Oh, sure.
And because we had a child, we had to take him weight. So anyway, he sent us papers, and
This is your father's brother then, or your mother's brother?
no.
You said an uncle.
No, an uncle. The aunt was my wife's aunt.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's
Okay.
So so they sent us papers, and after we came out, we came to New York on March, December.
By boat? Did you come by boat?
No, by November the 21st. See, I forgot the dates already.
You don't forget anything, my friend.
Yeah, I did. November 21st, 1948. 49.
49. So you come to New York on a boat or by plane?
A boat.
Did you see?
Through Ellis Island.
I was going to say,
To Alias Island.
you saw the Statue of Liberty, the whole.
Yes, I did saw the Statue.
And how did you feel at this point, Izzy, after all that you had been through and the loss? Their memory should be forever. How did you feel at that point?
Well, first of all, I was sick coming on the boat. You know, when the boat slowed down, coming to the port, I was start to walking around. So she would say, "Look, Mama, Daddy can walk."
Do you remember that at all, Mir? Okay.
Because I couldn't walk, I was sick, laying down.
Those boats can be bad.
Yeah, on the boat, it was a freight boat, American freight boat during the war. So we had to work. I didn't work because I was sick. I couldn't eat and couldn't work. I was laying on the deck, and the mic was talking, calling my name. I said, "Yeah, you can call my name," and I didn't go.
You had all your belongings in the world with you? I mean,
yes.
Two
Yeah.
suitcases, as we say?
Well, it was 2 or 3 suitcases because it was 3 people already, you know.
Sure. All right. So
You
here
know.
you are coming through Ellis Island.
Yeah,
You have to pass the health inspections.
No, they had to registration.
Ah,
No health, because the health we went through in Italy.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. We went through there, some detectives, or how you call them, you know.
Sure. Okay, you had passed all that.
Oh, yes. Matter of
Go to
fact,
Duncan. Go.
matter of fact, she went through the medical or whatever it was, so they gave her a medal and a little rope and a medal, and she had to keep it on.
Nice.
When we came to the United States, the night, so the aunt saw the little rope on, so if she wanted to cut it off, she didn't let her. She was protecting it.
So did you have relatives to meet you in New York, or they were in Fort Wayne, Indiana? Was there anyone in New York that you?
Yeah, the aunt and her uncle, they came to pick us up. As a matter of fact, they came in Alias Island, and they took us to a hotel. It was in the evening already, probably around 8 o'clock. So they went in the hotel, was registered, I guess, was everything. We had our room next to his room, and went for dinner. I was so, how shall I say, with this, from the sickness, I couldn't eat nothing. So they ordered everybody, and they asked me what I gonna have for dinner. I said, I don't want a dinner, I want a bottle of beer. Oh, she said, you have to have one. So now I cannot eat, I just want a bottle of beer. So she turns out to the uncle and says, hey, he's a shaker. He's a shaker.
A shicker means a drunk, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah. So he says,
What a first
listen,
impression.
Listen here, if that's what he wanted, let him have it. So I had a bottle of beer, and we went in the rooms after dinner, and the uncle went back. No, first he came in, he showed me around, you know. He was on the 3rd or 4th floor, I don't know. So he showed me the Neheim sign. He said, you see that sign? I said, yeah. That's cost a lot of money. I said, he brings in business. Oh, he's a smart aleck. He didn't say nothing. He went down to the over there, probably finding some friends or something like that. And then she wanted to show off something, you know. So she took a razor electric shaver
Uh-huh.
and she said, shows me, you know what this is? I said, it's a shaver. She said, oh, you know that. After she showed me something else, and I told her what it is too.
You're no greenhorn, are you?
No, we had it in Europe, so or it was in Italy, I saw it anyway.
Sure.
And I guess she told her uncle I'm a smart aleck.
Oh, dear, dear.
So in the morning, to wake us up, he rang the phone. I answered the phone, hello, and she says, oh, that's the uncle, and I was Yiddish.
Right.
He spoke Yiddish. So he says, we're getting dressed, and so we go out.
Did you speak English at this point?
No.
Okay. You had to learn that yet.
Yeah. So he took us for a walk in in New York.
No, and how did you find New York? I mean...
No, he took us.
But no, I mean, did it seem like a big, overwhelming city to you? You had been in Budapest.
Oh, yeah, yes. It's most, how shall I say? It's a big city.
You'd seen big cities before.
Yeah, Budapest is so big too.
Right.
Matter of fact, Budapest, the main road, or the main, is about 6 lanes.
Right.
And
I mean, there's Buda and Pest, so it's a big city.
No, Budapest, the Unk river divides them. In Buda, that's Budapest. They call it King Street. Okay, and that's the fact. In the war, after the war, when I was there, I saw from the electric train, where they had electric train. I was down there. It was from Barman, so it was on the 3rd floor. On the patio, there, there was one of the coaches or whatever you call it. You know.
So New York wasn't that unusual for you because you had seen.
That's right. It was not unusual. It was a big city.
All right.
And
So
we was walking after he took a taxi to drive around New York, seeing more, and he came the evening. Late in the afternoon, he took us back in the hotel, and after we went to the train, going to Fort Wayne. And we rode over the night, and we had a coach we just slept on him, and in the morning we came to Fort Wayne.
And who was there to meet you, this uncle?
The uncle and aunt, their son came and picked us up, I think.
Very nice.
And that was like a day or 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weren't you glad to see them?
Well, I was glad to be in
America?
getting out of the European countries.
Right. Take some water, my friend.
So
here you are in Fort Wayne.
yeah, I was in Fort Wayne, and the next day or 2 days later, 21st, 23rd was Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, the whole family came together for Thanksgiving dinner.
So you got to meet all the new Mishpucha.
So I got everybody to meet, and there was my wife's sister and son. No, son, she didn't know the brother-in-law. And so we was all, and we talked, like that, met everybody, and he was not speaking Yiddish except the uncle himself and the aunt.
Shame on them. Everyone should speak Yiddish. Okay, what can you do?
Yeah. So the next day after Thanksgiving, uncle and aunt, they went to Florida for the winter.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, so the youngest cousin and there was three boys, Byron, Harold, and Alfie. So Alfie was the youngest. He was married. He had a wife from New York. He didn't have children, and he was taking me to interview someplace to a bakery. So he took me 2-3 places. I don't speak English, so nobody wanted me.
Oh.
So finally,
Even with all your skills, because you were very skilled at this point.
they didn't know it.
I see.
And so one of the bakery, one-man bakery, didn't hire me. He says, okay, let him come in.
Wonderful.
So I came over there, worked for one night. I couldn't understand what he's talking. So he says, cannot work with you.
It's very hard,
So-
yeah.
So then the cousin, he didn't know what to do anymore, you know. The dad was a Russian Jew. He was a metal barrels, all barrels used to buy and from the bakeries and I don't know what he was doing. He was selling them, and he talked to a bakery over there, telling me about them. And they hired me to washing dishes. So I was washing dishes about 3 or 4 days, and I showed them in time that I can work by the bench and so like that. They still couldn't take me over there.
Oh.
So, and G.C. Murphy's was a dime store, and there was a bakery. And the manager from the bakery, he heard about me, you know.
Yes.
He couldn't speak to me neither. That he thought we're gonna, learn to show something.
Sure.
So he wanted to talk to me, and he couldn't see me, so he left a letter in the mailbox. So I give the letter to the uncle. And he says, that's good. Now you're gonna have a job. So he called up the place, and he talked, and he hired me.
Oh, wonderful.
He hired me. So
Wonderful.
So I started working over there. I worked there for 13 or 14 years.
Really?
Yeah, and my manager there, the restaurant and bakery manager, he was an Irish Scotchman.
Uh-oh.
So he said I'm too long. And so he tried to get rid of me.
Oh my gosh.
So he couldn't fire me because he had no excuse. So
Wait a minute. He just felt you had been there too long?
Yes.
Was he an anti-Semite?
Well,
Yes.
Well, I tell you, I don't know if he was an anti-Semite or not. He didn't show that for me. But I can tell you, I was the only Jew in the whole
Operation?
Murphy, G.C. Murphy's store.
I see.
He had over 400 stores.
Oh,
I was only Jew.
okay. And now he wants to get rid of you.
Yeah. Yeah, after she was working after too, the Murphys, and who else? Martin? No, Martin was working now.
So what happens, Izzy? Do you leave?
So he made a twist. So if it's like that, I quit. So I quit, and when I quit over there, I went to the Fort Wayne Country Club.
Wolf and Death Stars.
Huh?
Didn't you go to Wolf and Death Stars first?
Wolf and Death Stars before. Yeah, I worked to Wolf and Death Stars.
What is that?
That was another big department store, and they had
Thanks.
a bakery and restaurant.
Okay.
And she worked over there,
Miriam
and and after Joe worked or Mari worked, no. So anyway, I worked over there about 2 years, and one of the bakeries of perfection, driver to deliver bread, he came to me, he says, that's the Fort Wayne Country Club looks for a baker, and it would be nice for you, he says.
Excellent.
So, and there was a German guy, he was working over there at bakery, and he want to go home.
Ah.
So I worked with him about 2 weeks, and he showed me and so on. I could speak with him too.
I was going to say, you could
I
speak
could
German.
speak,
I was
and
just gonna say.
by that time already, I was American
Right.
citizen and everything else.
So, wait, let's back up. Did you take night classes in English?
I started, I couldn't do it because I worked nights.
Sure, okay.
Toby she was taking the night classes. And then I had a guy working with me in Murphy's, and we could correspond. He used to talk to me, give me English,
Help you a little.
yeah, and told me history, Another thing, after 5 years we took the citizen papers.
You're amazing, my friend. You're amazing.
Yeah, and-
We're running out of time on the film, so I
Okay.
want to. So you worked at the
Yes, and when I worked in Fort Wayne Country Club, there was a Jewish woman from Auburn, Indiana. She used to come in, and her daughter was not a bakery. They came from Auburn, and she worked in the bakery or something. And she bought the bakery because the guy who owned the bakery, he was a drunk. He didn't. And so she bought up the bakery, and she didn't know how to run the bakery.
Oh,
So
I got the man for her, huh?
so that's what she wanted, and I didn't want to drive back and forth because for 3-4 hours because I had the Fort Wayne Country Club. So they just go. She's gonna pay you good wages. I didn't feel good if I cannot produce enough to pay me. So why shall I? So finally she said, why don't you go and see? Maybe you're gonna buy it.
Oh my goodness!
So I went and bought up the bakery.
You bought the bakery in Auburn, Indiana?
Yeah, I had the bakery in Auburn, Indiana.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Okay, I knew you had your own bakery. I knew that's
Yeah.
what. Okay.
And at that time, Miriam was already in Indianapolis, and the boys was going to high school already.
You had 2 sons as well?
Yeah, 2 sons.
What are their names, please?
One is Joseph, and the other one is Louis.
Okay. So they're in high school, and
Yeah, there was
so
high school.
you moved?
And they came on the weekends. They used to come in with me and help me, and some on the vacation they used to help me.
And how long did you have that bakery?
About 14 years.
Good grief!
Yeah, about 14 years after I
It was successful.
well, not very much there.
Well, you made a
I
living.
make a little living.
Was make a
I should
living.
say I make a living.
Right.
Everybody was working. I paid them some, and
Sure.
Yeah, it was, and
To get to the end of the story, and I hate to jump ahead, but what brought you to Milwaukee?
Miriam brought
Your
me. to
daughter
Milwaukee.
lives here?
Yeah,
Right?
she brought me.
Did
Me and Esther. Me and Esther.
Girlfriend?
Her daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
thought I'm your girlfriend. It's going to be very hurt.
Well, just one. I got
I
more.
see. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, man. And you've been in Milwaukee 3 years?
3.
And how do you like
Well, I got used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Some things I don't like. I'm here.
You sold Auburn and came here? Is that the
Yeah,
time?
I didn't sell the bakery because it was mine. I sold some there, but the equipment, I make some money. Because everything else, the price was going up. So and the company who bought the oven, he bought even my mixer too. I bought it. That's bacon, and the
see. You one important question, if I may. That an extraordinary life. I know you don't see it that way, but I see it as an extraordinary life. What advice, what words of wisdom for de Kinder, if anything? Is it a matter of hard work? Is it a matter of being honest? Is it a matter of being hopeful?
Honest and hope, that's very important. I was at a bakery in a town, but there was no Jews, just and he trusted me. Other things, you know. Matter of fact, I went into some house, look, my wife, she rest in peace, antiques. There in the house, and she had to go away. She says, "You look around, I'm going. You look around, what you want to?" So we go. Because I was honest.
And do we have time for? No, we're done. We're done. We're out. 30 seconds. I want to thank Izzy very quickly. Important to
Yes.
maintain and be dedicated
Yes.
to Israel as a homeland.
Yes.
Would you would say
Israel should our hearts.
Israel should be forever
Yes,
and strong and free and a
That's
homeland
right.
for the Jews.
I promised. I married. So I at that time was no Israel, and I did it. I did it.
God so Duncan. It is an honor to have interviewed Izzy today. Thank you, my friend, for sharing your amazing life.
Well,
God so Duncan.
I miss.
I know.
Sorry.